Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'm not sure if it's helpful to use the microphone or not. So
Yes.
Yes, that way that probably means these people can't hear me. I want to try and sum up what's been a remarkably short debate. I do so with a heavy heart, to be honest, because I had expected that we would have lost some time in the council chamber. I can't recall an occasion that we haven't even managed to start our meeting. And I think it is a disgrace that we have lost control of our own chamber tonight. But I'm afraid it only demonstrates the way that the administration has also lost control of the budget.
Oh, shame! Rubbish!
And if I may develop that point.
No.
Councillor McGlone identified the speech
Resign.
on our side we had on our bingo cards. I think he scored a full house. He told us that the government is reckless and that the government is being so unfair that it's helping them to freeze council tax. But to be fair to Councillor McGlone, what he did do was analyse the alternative budget, and I gave him credit for that. What he said was, and I wrote it down, he said that we play around with cash and reserves. And I would say, Mr. Mayor, that is exactly what we have to do in the situation where the government
You haven't got a great history on this, Ashley.
Lambeth can put those front-loaded cuts to the back. That's why the alternative budget has more challenging savings, no doubt. But we say that they should be rolled in over 3 years with the difficult savings done in the third year, instead of doing the service cuts in the first year. And we do that by taking the reserves that aren't being used. Now, do you know that there are £4 million of a fund that was set up 6 years ago called an Invest to Save Fund that officers have no idea how to invest to save, so it still sits here in the accounts earning 1.5%. Well, it's still sitting there, Councillor Dixon. And I'll tell you what we think it should be for. We think it should be for protecting the services that the people in the capital chamber are trying to defend. And you say that it will be a reckless, risky budget, but actually, the Section 151 officer, the finance officer, said that the alternative budget before you is a legal budget.
Risky!
And I hear the councillors trying to tell me that it might be more risky, but it would be only risky in the third year.
Just before the
Well, Councillor Dixon, what you perhaps don't know is that the Liberal Democrat alternative budget contributes to reserves and has fewer structural problems. Now, Councillor McGlone, Councillor Dixon, those statements have been signed off by the finance officers as a legal budget. I'm going to make some progress. It is disappointing we've not had a full debate. You would have heard Councillor Davis talking about the choices in front of you. Councillor Ishbel-Brown would have talked more about the reserves and our view that there is money to be moved to undo the front loading. Councillor Klein will be talking about the problems with the libraries, the death sentence of 4 libraries that are signed. Councillor Best would have been talking, Councillor Klein reminds me that he will be talking about Labour's waste as well. Why is it? I will be returning to this point during the year. Why is it that you are making £3.5 million of cuts to children's social care in year 1 when they should be spread?
Because of your colleagues.
Your government. Years. They spread those cuts over 3 years to protect the children involved. Councillor Bradley, I think, will be making very clear to the gallery, who aren't here, whose fault it is in Lambeth. And it's very easy to say to the government.
The Lib Dems in government.
Alternative budget in front of you, then it is very much your choice. Councillor Barrett will be talking about the public realm damage you're going to do. I'm not sure I can be certain what Councillor Bennett was about to say, but I'm sure it will be worth listening to. But I do know that he's going to make clear his support for changing the way that you leave so much money on the balances. Councillor Braithwaite can't be here, we wish him well. Councillor Parton was going to talk about the mistakes with council tax collection, where we're the worst in London for council tax collection.
Time.
Councillor Ogden was going to suggest to you that even if you don't want to support the whole of the alternative budget,
5 minutes.
there are some things you could support.
Thank you. Good.
Quit while you're ahead.
Or
just quit.
Choice in front of you, and I was going to sum up.
Time.
Enough.
Time.
Time. Consider it properly. Otherwise, those are the cuts you'll be making to the services in Lambeth that affect the people of Lambeth. Thank you very much.